Are you ready?
Hey everybody, welcome to The Art of Comics. It's me, Andres. This is my channel in which we talk about comic books, illustration, graphic novels, comic strips, all kinds of great stuff. And I'm excited today because in our couple of videos previously on the 2021, we had some comments on doing more epics. So we're going to do another epic magazine. I'm excited about these. This one is June 82. And so let's go back for a second. For me, heavy metal is kind of like the standard. That's the Heavy Metal magazine was the one that really changed the game, really showed that American audiences were interested in kind of adult fantasy illustration. And that's the one that has like all my favorites, right? It has the Droulet, it has the Inkibial, it has the Mobius, it has all those guys, Corbin, you know. Epic came along, and this is good. I don't think it's quite the same tier. Now, we can look at issue by issue, you know, but I think generally speaking, Heavy Metal's a little higher on the scale for me than this. But I figured it'd be fun to go through it. People want to see it, and we're going to share it. So there you go. So I'm excited. 2021, you know, we are full steam ahead. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and let's just flip it over and look at Epic June of 82. Let's do it. Okay, guys. In this episode, we're going to talk about this epic here, and I have not read this. So I'm gonna go in a little cold here, but that's okay. I think we can still have some fun. I'm excited because I'll wind up seeing a lot of stuff and being like, "Oh crud, that's cool!" So let's check it out. First, the cover here is by, what is that? I can't read this. I like this cover though. This is really nice. We'll find out in a second. Oh, dude. Can we just talk about Frazetta changing the game here for Conan? I mean, when he did this cover for this movie, and I'm almost positive that John Milius wanted Frazetta. He was like, you got to do it because Frazetta did those paperbacks. You got to do the movie poster. And if you haven't seen Conan the Barbarian, I don't know why you're watching this channel. You got to go see Conan the Barbarian. It's epic in every way. It's so good. It's just really, really good. So, huge fan of that movie. And, I mean, Arnold's in it. And Frazetta's just great. You know, this is very similar to the other cover, but now with, you know, the likenesses of the actors. Great movie, dude. Huge fan of this movie. Interesting, actually. I'm just looking at this. I didn't know Dino Laurentiis has made this. You know, Dino de Laurentiis, he was like a producer of like 500 Italian films. Huge producer. He produced Barbarella, which I actually started watching tonight for the first time. Yeah, never seen Barbarella, dude. Never. And I'm like so excited about it because it's actually really awesome. Also, he did a lot of Fellini films. He's done everything. I did not know he did this. Man, my gosh, I didn't know that. I'm really surprised. I was going to say that Arnold and James Earl Jones are above the title, which is kind of fun. I didn't know that. And also, look at this. I didn't know Jerry Lopez was in this. You guys know Jerry Lopez, right? The surfer. I didn't know. Is that the same surfer? It's got to be the same surfer. There's some great documentaries about this. There's a documentary about John Milius, which is really good. Sometimes this art of comics, I just want to talk about film because I'm a huge film fan. So we're going to do some bonuses this year on film. The thing is a lot of the film videos I've done get really low views. So I kind of feel like there's not that much of an overlap. I think there should be, but there's not. So, but screw it. I'm going to just make them bonus episodes because I like them. But this was John Mill. He says he wrote it. I guess I didn't know Oliver Stone was a part of the writing process. It might have just been Stone did one draft and Mills did another one. And John directed this. Now, he also directed Big Wednesday. He's done a couple things. He wrote Apocalypse Now. He wrote this other Conan story called, I think, The Iron Throne, or Crown of Iron. I think it's Iron Throne or Crown of Iron, something like that. It's really good. You can find it online, the script. It was never made, but really cool. Anyway, great. Then let's check this out here. This is kind of fun. So, the cover is Frank Brunner. So, really cool. I dig it. Yeah. Marvel Magazine, dude. Epic Illustrated. Trying to get in on that heavy metal deal. Love Dungeons and Dragons. Huge fan, as you guys know, of it. This art looks a lot like the art from like ElfQuest or something like that. And I'm not seeing who did it, but it really does. Although WTW, that might be that's a signature or something. This really looks kind of like an ElfQuest-y thing. Not sure if that is the case. What is this? The Necronomicon? What is this? This was like a... merely to possess this book sets in motion forces unknown to the vast majority of your fellow humans. Learn the true identity of the Antichrist, the Beast, 666. A psychic survival manual complete with methods of demonic subjugation and formula for love, power, and money. Beat the millennial panic. You will be joining the select company of those who have experienced the awesome potential of the Necronomicon. Necronomicon. A magical in appearances context. Fully bound embossed silver stamped leather ground. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I can't remember who wrote this. This was I was doing some research on this and I totally forgot. Clearly didn't mean that much to me. Let's check out our first story with some John Buscema, written by Doug Monick. Now, Doug Monick did? We just talked about it. Was it Nom? I think he did Nom. He was a yeah. Check this out. What is this? Okay, is this part? Oh, it's part 3. This is Buscema, John Buscema, and this is 82. And yeah, it's a little loose here. Does he do the inking too? Curious. Does it say? Oh, see, this is hard to know what's going on because when it says drawn by John Buscema, but then rendered by Marie Severin, so I don't really know what's going on here as far as like, is this inked? Is it how tight was this? You never know. Painted by Steve Olaf. By this, I'm going to say it was really loosely done. But I'm guessing a little bit about that. But this looks like it was probably just like more like breakdowns by Buscema, and then Marie Severin kind of went in and inked it and kind of didn't do much more than that. Which, you know, I'm not going to judge her because what are you going to do? You render this tree and put a lot of like Sergio Topi type stuff on here, and then it kind of ruins also, you know, it's like, what do you do? Another thing interesting, they don't say colored, they say painted by Steve Olaf, which I find that kind of fun. You know, it's watercolored here, but you can see some nice kind of colors. Brushstroke work. And the plate looks a little fuzzy here, but there's some good stuff in here. I like it. I like this shadows and stuff there. Kind of neat little effects they're doing. Okay. Kind of neat. This would be nice to get like all together and to kind of read this. This is part 3. That's the only problem with some of these. Same thing with heavy metal, right? Is that you've got this situation where if you don't have the whole arc, all 3, 4, 5 parts, you're gonna be potentially lost a bit. So if you can hang with that, then I guess it's okay. What else we got going on here? It's a kind of fun face. I like that. That definitely does look Buscema. Kind of a long piece. How many pages is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, this is like almost a full comic right there. Small gifts. What's this? Oh, John Mooth. I had some John Mooth. I had a book. He did a story with was it DeMatteis? Was it DeMatteis who did the story Moonshadow, which I have over there to read. I haven't even read the thing, but I have an original piece of his. I really like John Mooth because he's one of these illustrators that really kind of go into a little bit more of the fine art illustration kind of stuff. Kelly Williams. There's people like that kind of straddle that kind of like do some kind of fine art work. And I find that John Mooth has a really nice sensibility and a nice kind of a little bit of fine art quality, a little bit of like Andrew Wyeth kind of a feel, a little bit. Yeah, I dig this a lot. This is nice. This is pretty. Yeah, look at those great faces and stuff. I like all the texture and all these, this is all watercolor. It looks like with probably some acrylics on top for some of the opacity stuff, but and these are all nice. I like this a lot too. This kind of reminds me also of some of that stuff we'd see in heavy metal. Yeah, look at these little aspen, those are great little trees, and this is really pretty. Yeah, I like that a lot. Reflection looks really good. Yeah, this is very pretty too. There's dark greens, blacks and greens mixed in there. The rock here looks nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, this is a pretty one. And it's got kind of a gestural kind of feel to it too. It's not really tight. Notice he's not inking this down. It's just paint. So there'll be some black lines on things, of course, but it's not like inked and then colored. He's just kind of painting in the sand, which gives it a nice look to it. I like that. More of a painterly, this here. Like I was saying, the Wyeth, this does kind of look a little bit like an Andrew Wyeth type of a feel, which I dig. And then what is this Pursuit? Oh, is this, hang on. Are these separate stories? Small gifts. Let me see. I'm going to go back here real quick just because I want to see if these are like chapters or are they separate stories. So, yeah. They looks like they're separate stories. So this is one story, Small Gifts. And here's another one, Pursuit. I don't think they're connected. But isn't this pretty? Yeah, this is another good one. Yeah, and almost like a bluish tint on everything. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's good. Oh, look at this. What a great little creature that is. Yeah, look at that. That's great. And this is a wonderful face. I'm digging this. Yeah, could you imagine like a 200-page book of this? Yeah, that was great. It's only 3 pages. I remember, we desire. And desiring, we touch upon / obsession. Sometimes obstacles seem to be insurmountable. We struggle with what seems right, flip, but Who can escape what he desires? That's cool. I like that a lot. Claremont and John Bolton. John Bolton is brilliant. Yeah, let's look at this. Another British guy. Both of them are British. I didn't know that Christopher Claremont was British until just recently. He was American. This is fun. It's got a little bit of that Frazetta kind of like energy, Conan type stuff. I like Bolton because he's look at that. It's great contrast there. Bolton does great. You know, the feathering is good. You might remember Bolton did Killing Joke. That's a big, mainstream book that he did. This was 82. When is Killing Joke? Killing Joke's like 84. Let me see here. Is this Dwight Killing Joke? Oh, I don't. I have Killing Joke, but it's in my boxes, so we're not gonna get it. I thought it was on my shelf. So, and Killing Joke did a lot. He did a lot of. Wait, no, back up, reverse that. That's Brian Boland. Totally different. Sorry. Excerpt that. Brian Boland, not John Bolton. Totally different person. Sorry. I fixed that. See how I fixed that? Okay. But this is pretty. I do like this a lot. Yeah, look at this. Is this part one? What is this? Is this a part? I might just have to read these. I say this every time. I go through this and I'm like, I gotta read this because this looks really good. Yeah, look at this. Great figure work. Just drawing the female. I actually spent the last 2 days just drawing women. It's just so freaking hard. Because there's an element of simplicity and breaking things down into less is more, especially on women, especially their faces, and making things slender and slight and feminine and attractive is one of the hardest things ever. So when you got artists like John Silk or somebody who does that, and that's what they're known for, it's because it's hard to do, or like a McGinnis, or it's hard to do. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, Rick Veitch. That's cool. This is great. I mean, a lot of cool, fun stories, man. Gosh, I like this. Rick Veitch. Now, he did, of course, he's mostly known for, I would say, he did the Brat Pack, but I would say Swamp Thing is what he's known for. That's his jam. Let's check this out. Okay. He always has such fun colors, and his stories are really out there. And I like that they're just like kind of bizarre and strange. And, he's a great example of doing something in the medium that is for the medium, it's stuff that's not supposed to be translated into a damn TV show, And maybe I'm saying that because I wish my stuff was turned into a TV show. So I fully admit there's maybe an element of jealousy or what have you, and that's part of my damage. But it's nice to see comics for comics and not as a damn to be strip mined by some production company. And maybe that's the way they only could be made nowadays, because no one wants to read them, no one wants to buy them, and so companies, their only way to make money is to sell them to some nappy production company to put them in development. Maybe that's the way it has to be. I don't know. But when I see stuff like this that's crazy and out there and wild, I get excited because it's new, it's different. And so, good on you. And let me look at that face. That's pretty awesome, right? And this strange proboscis thing that, it's like, it's pretty brilliant. It's really well done. The detail and stuff is great. Yeah, this looks out there. This looks really out there. And this is another part 1. I got to read this. I'm going to put this in my read pile again. Because this is... Oh, chapter 3. Bummer. I'm still going to read it. Because we got a synopsis. So there you go. They should do that for all the books, right? Put a little synopsis so that we know what the hell's going on. We don't have to get in other issues. These are hard to find. You can't just go pick up the one before it. If you do see them in your, dollar bins, definitely pick up stuff like this. I think anything magazine format now, that's like my jam. If the book I'm working on now, this Prime Missouri Business, this guy here, if I could, not Prime Missouri, sorry, Shangri-La, if I could do this in magazine format and it could be like commercially viable, I totally would do it. I just like the format. I just like the dimensions too of it. It's not, I'm working in this like narrow freaking thing. And I'm worried about if I go to manga size that it'll be funky too for American publishers. So this is wicked. This is like some kind of a, whalers kind of deal. He must have definitely looked up some photos and things to figure out how to do this. This is kind of wild. Yeah, look at this. It's pretty horrific. Dang. Yeah, dude. What is this? And then we got... This is crazy. Yeah, dude. What's this? Transition. Story by Bruce Sakow. Illustrations by Harold Slater. Harold Slater. Okay. I'm digging it. I like the painting. Talked about that before. It's got the thick lines, around stuff. Kaboom. I like the little paint. Hank, you been in the hen house yet? Damn that woman. Every time I get her working, god damn, I'm getting to it, Maggie. Yes, sir, everything looks just fine. Hank, you been... Yes, Maggie dear, tomorrow we'll have a fresh batch. Jesus. It's like some kind of crazy naked space energy thing. I do love it when you can see the canvas texture on it. I don't know why I like that. I'm like, oh, I can see that it's canvas. I can see the paintbrush strokes. Something you don't get with digital. I also like the borders are all painted. I like that. Oh, got some eggs. Eggs again. Make some chops tomorrow morning for a change. I like them. Why don't you incubate another batch there? Cut that out, Jake. Taking after your father ain't gonna do you no good. I like them. Then there's this girl. What is this? This is kind of trippy. Oh snap! The hell? Oh, she is in the eggs. She's like part of the eggs. Oh no. She's like turned into a damn chicken. Huh. That's kind of crazy. At any rate, son, I do know we're having chops tomorrow. Oh, that's great. What is this? This looks fun. Illustration by Ambassador Press. 10 years previous. So... Oh, is this about Basil Wolfington? What is this? Yeah. Okay. I'm not hip on Basil Wolfington. I know of him. He's in the conversation, but I'm not super familiar with a lot of his work. And by super, I mean like not much at all. But I really like what I've seen. And it would be good for me to get a book on him. So that needs to happen probably. That's one of my things I got to do. But he's got great. Some of this stuff is this stuff I know. There's more bizarre stuff I've seen. Okay, what is this here? Space Hawk. kind of cool. I like the colors. I'm digging that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's kind of nice, a neck there. What's this? Oh, we're back from the John Bolton story. Oh, cool. I also like the ink washes. Those are kind of nice. Nice doing those like that. Great face though. This is a good face. And look at this. Oh, okay, this is fun to always see the action, how they pull this off. Coming in, camera close in, back to the medium 2 shot. No borders. Notice. Then actually just moved in and kind of like on the side. Legs look good. Moving right in. Then overhead. Then back around here, kind of like down, looking up a bit. Yeah, great job of just keeping them feminine while they're doing these moves, you know? And keeping the musculature minimum, but yet, you know, attractive and still like, you know, you can tell she can kick some ass, right? But just the right lines of those muscles, you know, to put those in just right. And this is good too. This is all nice. This here, this face, that hand is really nice on that dagger. And there's some characters around her. Yeah, this looks good. Really nice. I mean, this is, he's good, man. Wow. I'd be interested to know about his style, if he used reference for certain things or what. I'm just always curious about that. It feels like it probably was. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Oh, I know this too. Yeah, Ralph Reese. This I feel like would be really good colorized. Well, I like it. Well, I mean, I like ink tones, of course, but I feel like because there's so much going on, I think color would just help us see it a little better and just really appreciate some of the backgrounds and everything if it was colored. Even if it was just really flat and just a couple different things. It's cool though. Oh, got some boobs coming in. Gotta have something. This is Mobius? Or no, who's this? Oh wow. This isn't Mobius, but this guy definitely, I gave him that quick vibe. Like, is this Mobius? He's got that look, doesn't he? Yeah, what is this? I like the colors. Zoran Vanyaka. That sounds familiar. Go look that up. Zoran Vanyaka. Definitely feels European. French or Italian or something. Definitely has that look, doesn't it? Or like an Inky Bial or Mobius or somebody like that. Or a... Yeah. I like this. This is always nice. I really like these lines when they do that. Very consistent too. Yeah, this is cool. This is all really neat. Yeah, this guy, you could tell this guy looked at Mobius. But he doesn't have, I mean, if I'm looking at this with a critical eye, I would say some of the staging, some of the positions, like right here, feels a little bit stiff. Some of this here, I feel like Girard would do it a little differently. I could be wrong. I like this. I like this design. That's really neat. I do kind of like this. It looks a little awkward, but I do kind of like that. What is this? Oh, look. Some Corbin. Barry Windsor Smith. Don't know who that is. Cool. That's a good episode. There's some good stuff. And then they got like a car. I guess if you're an adult, you're reading this magazine, you're like, you got a car too, dude. And then you also drink booze. You gotta have some freaking whiskey. You gotta get some whiskey. Blended. You gotta get your car parts. John Bolton. This is the story of that one I definitely am gonna read. Probably won't. Well, I kind of read the egg one already. That was done. I definitely want to read this Veitch story because this looks freaking cool. Oh, and this John Mooth is gorgeous. So some fun stuff in here. I'm stoked. I love these magazines, you guys. Thanks for letting me go through this with me. Check out all my other videos. I have a bunch of others from the heavy metals and epics. Check those out. You know, we got new videos every Tuesdays and Saturdays, and then I put in bonus stuff. I'm going to do some videos on those Fellini movies that I just watched recently. And yeah, so there you go. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.